Hello, my name's Owen Rivers, and I am communicating to you today to share some ideas. First off, that I'm not British, I'm just using this accent as a way to pontificate to you in a way that is quite non-traditional than what I'm used to try and break me out of my old patterns in a way that will spark some new insight and maybe a bit of a different paradigm that I may be able to reflect on myself in a way that's separate from who I experience on a day-to-day basis, and perhaps experience some sort of breakthrough or something significant that will help improve the quality of my life. That being said, I thank you for watching. What I would like to reflect to you about today, and what I think that you might like to be reflected to about today, would be that I found myself in this world of fame, significance, clout, importance, dominance, hierarchy, pleasure, dopamine. And it's been quite a world to navigate. It's very gripping, it's very connected to our nervous systems. This dopamine, the fucking overwhelming sensations of being wanted and loved and adorned and adored by people that we care about, that we want to receive the love and affection of, both that are really important to us, but also the masses. And so, being in this world in Los Angeles, and right now I'm actually in an Airbnb in Orlando where I've just flown to a shoot, and I got my picture taken, and got paid money to have my picture taken because I'm a pretty person. That's funny because that's how I initially got signed to my first agency. Was I walked into the agency and said, "Hello, I'm a pretty person. I hear you make lots of money with pretty people. Let's make lots of money." To which they said, yes. So, I'd like to share this perspective to you because I think it would be interesting and titillating and potentially work towards the snowball effect of gaining traction and views on YouTube in a way that will continue to catapult me towards my dreams of touring the country, playing music, and eventually the world. But this is the country. I want to check that one off because you could drive the country. You got to fly the world. I'd rather drive and see the country. Just go on a big road trip, playing music to a bunch of different people in different places. I think that'd be a really fucking cool experience. And so I'm really determined and to realize that as fast as possible. As a homage, out of basically because it's the best thing I think I could do for myself, honestly. And I say that because there was moments of the past couple of years that I found myself quite attracted to the idea that I didn't have to be here anymore, that I could just end the whole life thing. And that was a really enticing idea for me because I really fucking did not like life. And the fact that I could just end it was quite infatuating to me. And it was kind of attractive and bad and taboo and sexy, But I didn't do it. Moral of the story. Spoiler alert, I'm still here. And the reason, not the reason, but one of the reasons I'm still here, and why I think this is so important for me to do, is because it's so enlivening of an experience It's so empowering. It's so intoxicating. It's so pain numbing. It's so blissful. It's so euphoric of experience playing music, and even in just pursuing the goal. It's like I forget about all the tragedy and suffering in life when I'm wrapped up in the pursuit of this goal, which is powerful. And it's actually wired into not just my brain, but all of our brains. The pursuit of a valued goal is analgesic, which means it numbs pain. It literally numbs pain. Dopamine, that's dopamine. It's your reward system. When your brain sees yourself making progress towards a valued goal, it gives you dopamine. Now that reward system, the dopaminergic reward system, is also triggered by things like cocaine and marijuana and pornography, jerking off and watching porn. And all of those things kind of separate, because I think cocaine is more chemical. I mean, and it is a chemical, and that's what it does. It's like, but like things like pornography and sexuality and sex, it's a very interesting and different kind of experience of dopamine, because there's a strong sense of yearning for what's going to happen. And with porn, it's like a click away from the thing happening, and your body being so physically connected to what's happening is a very real experience, a physical and embodied experience of the dopaminergic trip, if you will, as to where cocaine is just internally experienced, because it's a substance and a compound that's ingested. And however, when there's a really valuable goal that you have set for yourself, and you're really clear on why it's valuable, why you're pursuing it, why it's important to you, why it is the most important thing for you, and if you can get to the root of the most important thing for you to be pursuing, and you can see yourself making progress towards that, that is the most fulfilling way, in a way that overcomes, supersedes, transcends all of the other dopaminergic desires of your subconscious and your being. And that the higher the valued goal, the more powerful and compelling it is to you, the more of a kick, a dopaminergic kick, that you get from seeing yourself make progress towards it, which is fascinating, because it requires that you get to know yourself. It requires that you get to know what's important to you. It requires that you, and that's different than just deciding what's important to you, because it's kind of a conversation with yourself. And this gets into psychology, and I mean, we're pretty deep into psychology, but getting to know your shadow, it gets into kind of Jungian principles, Carl Jung, and the exploration of the psyche and who you are, what you desire, why you desire it, the different parts of you that have maybe conflicting desires, reconciling those, and continuing to go down the path of integrating your conflicting desires and cutting away the parts of you that don't serve your highest, most valued goal, and continuing to cut those things away in a way that allows you to energetically be pulled and propelled towards that goal is literally what makes life more meaningful and compelling and fulfilling and rewarding. And I know this because I've experienced it, and I feel like I'm just at the beginning of it, which is something that I've heard people like Gary Vee say. Gary Vee, who's probably, I don't know, if about 50 years old or something, who runs a huge organization that employs, I think, over 1,000 people. It's like that guy feels like he's just at the beginning. I think that feeling of just being at the beginning and just getting started and like so excited for the grandiosity of what's to come is part of what a dopaminergic experience is. It's just a little bit of a hypothesis. I don't know how much study there is to prove that, but it's what I've experienced. And that's my rant. And I thank you for watching, my friends. Thanks for subscribing on YouTube. I really appreciate that. And I hope you do as well. Stay tuned if you want me to do more of these rants and videos like this about meaning and psychology and life in the pursuit of what I'm doing in the context of my story and why it's important both to me and why I think it could be important to you. Let me know. Comment. Let me know what you found valuable in this, and I will do my best to magnify and expound on all of those things. Because I love you. I love myself. I love you. But I love myself. But we're both ultimately the same, right? We're all one. No difference between me and you, right? That's the ultimate reality. We're all divinely interconnected, right? Question mark? Maybe? I don't know. Peace.